Amazing grace.
Honor restored to the 110 men of the all-black 24th Infantry's 3rd Battalion, more than a century after the Army convicted them of murder, mutiny, and assault, executing 19.
The soldiers came to town with patriotism in their hearts, but were met with racist provocations and physical violence.
Today, all 110 of those convictions have been overturned. Each soldier's name read aloud in reverence, among them,
Private First Class Thomas C. Hawkins.
His family loved him.
Jason Holt's uncle, who was executed at just 24 years old.
What does today mean to you?
Justice. And we don't know what he would have been, but that was all taken away in the blink of an eye.
The regiment arrived in Texas in July of 1917 to guard the construction of Camp Logan during World War I. They were met with racism and at times violence in the Jim Crow South, as depicted in the 2020 film, The 24th.
Things are a little different down here in the South.
Tensions boiled over on the night of August 23rd after a black corporal was reportedly pistol whipped, shot at, and beaten by police. The soldiers were told a mob was coming.
Threats spurred a group of more than 100 black soldiers to seize weapons and leave camp, thinking that they were marching in their own self-defense.
Melee ensued. 17 people, including 5 police officers, were killed, most of them white. Army documents show in the months that followed, more than 100 black soldiers stood trial, represented by a single officer who wasn't even an attorney and was given just 10 days to prepare. 110 soldiers were convicted, many executed within hours of the decision's approval, with no outside review or opportunity to appeal.
We formally announce 3 concrete steps to restore the honor taken from the soldiers of the 3rd Battalion, 24th Infantry, all those years ago.
Now, the U.S. Army has set aside those convictions and issued honorable discharges, making their survivors eligible for benefits.
Why now?
It's never too late to correct an injustice.
Houston South Texas College of Law, alongside families of the descendants, petitioned the U.S. Army for a review of the case in 2020. What the Army found was stunning.
They were not represented by counsel. They did not have an opportunity to present evidence. It was very clear in reviewing these cases that a miscarriage of justice had occurred and that overturning these court-martials was the right thing to do.
The case spurred major changes in the military justice system.
Now, there have been in place for many decades just core protections of the Uniform Code of Military Justice that include the right to appeal, the right to have any kind of extreme penalties reviewed by a higher authority.
But that justice had never come to the soldiers and their families until now.
Your uncle wrote a letter to his parents, and he wrote, "When this letter reaches you, I will be beyond the veil of sorrow, although I am not guilty of the crime that I am accused of." What do you think your uncle's legacy is?
I think his legacy is inspiration. And he demonstrated courage, he demonstrated conviction, even in the face of the ultimate test, the final moment. He held on to those principles. He held on to that courage.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News, Houston.